feel back. So 105.3 WTAS brought to you by AARP. On your grind, your hustle, and trying to live out your dream. I just want you to know just because it hasn't manifested yet does not mean that it's not on the way. Just be patient. And keep in mind, whatever it is, it's all in divine order. What's up? It's best R&B until that's on the way. We're on 5.3 WTAS.
The toasted cheddar chili pepper from Taco Bell is back. You don't want to miss this. And I know what you're thinking because I'm thinking the same thing. Did they really toast 6-month-old aged cheddar right into a delicious flaky cheddar shell? Yes.
Got you.
Passive income may be him being a partner in a business that he does no work in. Okay, or he's a member of a S corp that he don't do any work in, that he invested money in, and now receive a K1 and some distributions and stuff in according to that. So we have to first shift the mindset and then say, okay, well, who am I going to help? What am I going to do? And what am I going to reinvest into? Okay, so the first shift to build generational wealth, we have to first reinvest it into ourselves. So you have to be willing to spend money. So if let's say, Jacqueline, the average hairstylist make around $65,000 a year, okay? Now, after they buy their hair supplies and everything, they take home a good 45.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that they're taking home that 45 and just putting it right back into their household, their bills. They're not putting it into investment instruments like a retirement account, okay? They're not even, most hairstylists that's not on your Juan's level don't even have an LLC structure. So they can play the game. Okay? So the first thing, like I said, is that shift in mindset. And then you have to be willing to play the game. And that means spend some money. That might be paying you guys for educational training. Okay? They have to be willing to do that. And so that's the trick. So you want to be able to figure out how to strategically put your money back into you and your family, and it don't break the bank. And see, that's where most of our people of our color, of our skin go wrong, because we cannot put so much in because we don't have the wealth to sit and live on. You see, the rich boys, the old white boy gang, they can invest $1 million. The company made $1 million. They can invest a whole $1 million right back because they don't need that money to pay bills. So we're always going to be taxed in some form or fashion. And this is the reality on the money that we want to use to pay our personal bills with. The next strategy is to figure out how we can convert some of those personal bills into business expenses.
Mm-hmm. That sounds nice.
Okay? So once we do that, then we're kind of free fall. So it's threefold here. You have to first play the game and be willing to invest in some businesses, take some losses, take some L's, invest in some stocks, and know the strategy. So for example, everybody's invested into like the Bitcoin and really starting to pay attention to the stock market because it's fluctuating and things are going up and down and it's rolling right now.
Like Tesla right now.
Exactly. The trick is when you sell high, you need to also sell the ones that have losses as well to offset that gain, or have some type of other passive losses that will offset the gain from your stock. So to really play this wealth game, you have to have the mindset to gain the knowledge to get the strategy. And so this is why the conference is very important for all of you that's watching, because we're going to give you guys the strategy that you need so you can leverage some of this knowledge that we're going to be giving you and put it back into your businesses and back into your families. So to really not pay any taxes, you have to get passive income. So that might be real estate, like I said, or investing in somebody, right? But if you don't know how to do it strategically, you're never going to be able to feel comfortable to say, well, why am I investing into somebody? Or why am I trying to get equity into something? Why am I doing this? You're going to always second guess yourself. Mm-hmm. So the first thing we need to do as entrepreneurs is first we have to say, what do we really want? Do we want to leave a legacy of $1 million? Or do we want to leave a legacy of just 200,000, what do we want to leave our children? What do we want to leave our family? Do we want to walk away or live debt free? Like, what lifestyle do we truly want? Once we ask ourselves those core hard questions, then gaining the mindset and be willing to purchase the strategy, invest into the strategy, and then execute on it will come easily because you've already made your mind up that you want to build wealth and live financially free. So the first question that we have to ask everybody is, do they want to be financially free? Especially my stylists, because what I'm finding is they're over maximizing their expenses, right? And not investing into Social Security. So what's happening, I have my stylist that is trying to get the money income all the way down, not realizing that they're not paying Social Security and Medicare. So if you know you don't have a retirement account, right, then Social Security is one of your retirement accounts. So your taxes need to be done accordingly too, so you can contribute, as little as possible, so you can still get the high amount when you go to retire. So I'm finding that. And when I had, a few years, I think that's when I met you at the New Jersey thing that Tiana and them had. I had interviewed a few stylists that were like 55 and 60, and they were saying that they have basically nothing saved, nothing. I wish I could have found the video and could have played it for you guys. They have no retirement, no savings, no nothing. And I asked the lady what happened. She said, I never had the knowledge that I needed to do it. She said, people kept saying, do this, do this, do this. She said, I'm hearing it, but nobody gave me the steps. And see, that's what many people you guys are probably getting. You're seeing the memes, you're seeing my post, you're seeing everything on Instagram, and you want it, but you don't know how to acquire the steps. This conference will allow you to get the steps that you guys have missing. You've been Googling everything. You've been watching every YouTube. It is time now that you get the steps. And so building wealth, it's a long game, Jacqueline. It is nothing that we can just do magically overnight. It is something that's really, honestly, truth be told, if it's done right, let's say 10 years, you'll be set. If done right. If you keep screwing up, making the same mistakes, still overspending, not budgeting, not saving, not reinvesting, not taking y'all classes, and not coming to conferences and getting the knowledge that you guys need, then guess what? It's going to take you 20 years. So add 20 years onto where you are now and say, okay, well, that's when I'm going to start building wealth? No. I want to start now. So in 10 years, I will be able to walk away. I can be free. I can start using my hands. And honestly, as I type in my office, I'm slowly developing carpal tunnel. So I know what my hairstylists are going through. I know what my technicians and beauticians are going through when we use our hands. We only have about, 50 years on it. After that, what's next? We have to live off our wealth at that time.
So at the conference and at the seminar, you will have the strategies and the outline and everything that's needed to get us going. Even whoever wants to work with you, you have everything outlined to help us.
Yes,
right?
and it's a collective of things. So yes, we'll tap on a few things. However, they're going to it's a step-by-step. So once they get that, what we got on the table, what we're talking about at the seminar, then the next step is executing that and signing up with us and applying whatever information that we give next, because it's the long game. So for example, let's just say one strategy, how to hire your child, right? Everybody see that wealth building strategy, how to hire your child, but no one really tells them that you actually really do need paperwork. Nobody, or you see all the memes, hire your child, deduct $12,000, do this, no paperwork needed. That is an absolute lie. Yes, your child may not have to file a tax return, but you as the business owner have to be knowledgeable as to what's necessary to take advantage of that strategy. So those are the things that we'll be talking about at the seminar.
Well,
how to incorporate those strategies.
Because I'm glad you said that as far as the child, because I was told that my child can get up to, so much amount and not pay taxes. So I did that. And then when I got audited, I had to pay that money back, because I guess I didn't have my paperwork right.
Yep. And see, I'm so glad you said that, Jacqueline. See, look, guys, all you have to come face to face. You have to come in front of the knowledge. You cannot learn everything that we know off from our posts. It's literally no way. It's no way, because we post those to draw you in. Now it's time you drawn in. It's time for you to acquire the knowledge. And as Jacqueline said, she attempted to implement one of the most popular wealth building strategies out here. But if you guys get audited and your paperwork does not match up, they will throw that money right on out and reassess your tax amount due and send you your bill.
Yes, that's what happened to me. I did that with my son. Because an old accountant said, well, you can put him on, you know, because he don't have to pay taxes and you can pay him. So that's what I did. And for some reason, it didn't come out right. But I'm doing it right this time. I'm doing it because I have my daughter. She's actually on my payroll, but then she's also starting her own business as well. So I want to make sure everything is nice and smooth and straight. So yeah.
Yes. No, that's good, Jacqueline. So at least you were able to regroup.
Right.
You know, and bounce back.
Right.
So that's basically how to really build wealth. You gotta attain it, and you have to be willing to play the money game, and that's spend. Remember, for you to have zero money for them to tax, you have to have zero income. See, I don't think people tell them this. So we have to take your income from 1 million all the way down to the standard deduction, okay? And that's it. And then the IRS won't be able to tax you on that amount. So how do we strategically do that is what we're going to talk about at the seminar. How do we strategically do that? What are the strategies out there for them to do that? And yes, hiring your child is one of them. Yes, you can easily go get an IRA, yes. But if you don't have all of the 80 other steps that's necessary, you're going to miss the boat.
Okay. Juan, you have any questions?
Mm-hmm. So it's interesting that Folasade was talking about hairstylists, beauticians, barbers, and everything are, you know, they come to these meetings, they come to these conferences, and it's interesting to find out that this 50, 60-year-old woman or man or whoever it was, they don't have any savings or, you know, and then they'll say, well, you know, because I've heard it too, sitting in seminars, well, I didn't know, or I didn't have the right direction or whatever. And what someone said to me recently was, another hairstylist, he said, we don't know because we don't ask. And then we don't ask because we're afraid to talk about our money. We got to learn how to talk about money, regardless if we make 20,000 or if we make 100,000. The only way we're going to get there is if we talk about money. And he said to me, and it's sad to say this, he said, I'll sit at a restaurant and he said, I'll listen to 3 white men sit and have a conversation, or Caucasian men, I'm sorry. 3 Caucasian men will sit and have a conversation, and they're having a conversation about money, about how I invested in this and how I got this back, or how I sold this business and bought that business. And us, I'm scared to tell Jackie, oh, well, Jackie, even though this is not true because me and Jackie share all the time, but I'm scared to tell Jackie where I got my shampoo bowls from because I don't want her shampoo bowls to look better than mine. You know what I'm saying? Like the petty stuff. Yep. So I think that once we get past the petty SHIT, we can learn how to actually build not only just generational wealth, but just wealth in general.
Yes. I agree. And that's that crab in the barrel mentality. I don't think we understand that it could be many of us doing the same thing, and we all can be stupid, rich, and successful and happy. And we have to understand that God gave us all different gifts and different expertise. So I don't know what you specialize in, but if I remember correctly, Jacqueline, you were the color queen, right?
Yes.
And some other stylists may not be able to blend those colors in the way that you do. So, so she needs to stay in her lane and focus on where her gifts are, and then she will become a millionaire. Not trying to give you the bowl is not going to stop you perfecting your color scheme, okay? Right. Mm-hmm. But us not having those conversations will stop us for catapulting to the next level. Let me just give you guys one example. I recently knew the game was rigged when I went to my bank and I was opening up another bank account, and my banker said, "Oh, I'm going to give you a higher interest rate."
Right.
I'm like,
What do you, I don't want a higher interest rate.
yes, you do on your savings account.
Okay, when you're saving.
yeah.
On your savings
Okay.
account, yes, you do.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, he was like, yeah, because you're one of our good customers, and and I'm just thinking relationships matter.
Yes.
If I would have put my money in another bank and didn't have that relationship established, I would not be building the interest on my savings like I am now. Where you're not really supposed, you don't get a lot of interest on your savings as it is, but it's better than any other bank because of the relationships. So we don't have those conversations. How can we ever connect our people to the relationships of the people that we need, or resources that we need to really thrive and get to the next point? And this is why we are actually stuck. And if we don't come together, Juan, and to make your point even stronger, will we be able to have a level of generational wealth like other races? That's one of my concerns. If we never come together like we're supposed to, will we ever, if they take away every burden and every barrier, and we all have every ample opportunity, I still don't believe that we will get to the level that we're capable of if we don't come together and put that crab of a barrel mentality behind us.
And the one thing, all we have to do is just be able to, I think it's the simplest thing, is to just have that conversation and share.
And that's what the point of myself and Juan doing this event, because we like sharing. We like when we learn something, when we find something out, we find good information, we want to share it with other entrepreneurs and other people and our peers, because we don't want to just keep it to ourselves because somebody shared it with us and may helped us get ahead. So we want to do the same thing with others. We always in the boat of sharing, want to give information and helping people and giving them information that we've learned. So that was the purpose of this event, because as you saw at the beginning of the year with this pandemic, with everything that was going on, a lot of our peers did not have the right information and the right paperwork to get all of this income and all of this free money, not free money, but all of this money that was being given out. A lot of people got passed on because they did not have the correct information.
Jacqueline, I'm going to go even further than that. They couldn't even apply, and the ones that did cheat their way, they're going to owe all of that money back. Yep. Like, I'm doing the forgiveness paperwork for all of the people that didn't have their paperwork in order and just threw something together. Mm-hmm. For those ones you're talking about, right? That still try to push it through. Guess what? That loan was $40,000. They have to pay $37,000 back. Wow. Yes, because they didn't have the income on the tax return from 2019 to suffice the loan numbers that they came up with.
Okay. So they did their paperwork before their taxes was done, and now the tax is done. They see that they don't have that same income.
And a lot of them use the wrong numbers from the tax return, knowing their business got a loss, and they didn't put a different number on that daggone document, okay? And I done seen it all, because me and my office, we're doing the forgiveness where we've helped our clients apply for the loans. I'm in it knee deep.
Okay.
And it's very sad, Jacqueline. It was very depressing. Very depressing. Mm-hmm. Very.
Wow, what was you getting ready to say?
You don't forget. I forgot, but it was something to the effect of just basically sharing, because like Jackie said, we first of all, we started this event. This wasn't even just the business brunch. It was the beauty business brunch. So now I think it's evolved, because like I said last week, there's so many of us that do not run our business the right way, and we do not have our businesses set up the right way, because we don't take the time to say, okay, let me get this in order. And I think I think I spoke about this last week, or rather, I don't know if I talked to just Jackie about this or if we were on the line with Tony, but a young lady came to me last week or 2 weeks ago, and she was just saying, she was about to open up her own salon. And I said, okay, well, why are you opening up your own salon? I always ask young people, what's the purpose of you opening up your own salon? And they give whatever reason they're going to give. And then I asked her, do you have your paperwork in order? Do you have your LLC? Do you have your license? Well, no, before I asked your license, I said, do you have your business bank account set up? Do you have an accountant? Do you have something else? And then I say, do you have your business license? I asked for your EIN. That's what it was. I said, do you have your business license set up? So she said, well, yeah, I got my business privilege license. No. You need a business license. You have a license, like I have a license, like Jackie has a license, like cosmetology license. Your business needs a license to operate in the city of Philadelphia. She looked at me and she said, oh my God, I didn't know that.
You see?
I said, so you went to school, and I said, that's a part of state laws. Pennsylvania state laws regulate that you must have a license for your business in order for you to operate. So when that person comes in the door, that person from the state, and they look on that wall, they should see your business privilege license and your salon license, your business license. I said, you could go from having a $500 to $2,000 fine just for that in itself. She said, oh my God, I got to get on it right away. Yeah, you do. And she said, I'm opening up December 1st. I said, no, you better not open December 1st. You can go work, but you can't be open.
Well,
yeah, right, exactly.
Wow, you saved her. She gonna owe you money because she would have got what, $2,000 a day fine, and then would never have been able to recover.
And you're not even open yet. And that's what I said. I said, you better thank God. I said, God led you here to me today. Because if it was not for me telling you that, and I tell everybody that, another young girl didn't know she needed a license. She'd been in business for years. Didn't know she needed a salon license. I got her business privilege license all up on the wall. I said, where's your salon license? I didn't know I needed one. You've been in business for almost 10 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's so
Oh my God.
so unfortunate. People are in business and they're not doing business.
Yeah.
They don't take the time to invest in themselves, to take business classes, to go invest in themselves, to learn from an accountant, from a business coach, to help them get ahead. They so busy doing this nickel and diamond just to try to cheat the system, or just long as they got $5 extra, they happy. I don't want to be like that. I want to have generational wealth where I could pass down to my children, my children's children. I want that freedom of debt. Freedom from, if I don't want to go to work today, I'm not going. That's what I want. That's the type of freedom I want. You know what I'm saying? And people are walking around thinking they're doing something and they not doing half the stuff they don't even know that they need to do. And it's unfortunate. So again, that's why we want to do what we're doing here. And then also, it's a lot of people passing away and they don't have their stuff in order. They're creating debt for their loved ones that they leaving behind. So do you help with like doing wills and doing different things like that?
No, but I do have an arsenal of colleagues that I do refer over to my clients in different states. And honestly, I just spoke about that yesterday on my show. Why won't we start gifting our kids life insurance? Like that's, again, we don't have to buy them a PS5. Let's gift them or gift our family our life insurance policy. Yes. Well, you're not getting anything this year. I already went to the seminar. They already spilled me on, put me on. I'm budgeting. I'm getting my life in order. This is your Christmas present. If I die, you'll get $1 million. Bye, and walk out. And what could a person really say? You set them up, and we have to start thinking like that instead of a gift being something tangible.
I like that.
Yeah, right. If I had kids, I would have did that. But
now, Juan saying that, for Juan that do not have kids, how do he start this generational wealth, or what is it a way that he can start just be prepared, what would you do it for? Nieces or whatever? How would you do that?
You would do it for your nieces and your nephews and start setting up their 529 plans and their college plans and, you know, their Roth and 401ks. And you can start to, you can be, set up a beneficiary account for anybody. They don't have to be your children. Anybody can be your beneficiary on your policy. It doesn't have to be your children. So I would say, if you really are interested in building generational wealth and you don't have any children, then look down to your sisters, your brothers, and your nieces and nephews and say, you know what, if they got something in them and you see that they will do right by, you know, money in the family, then start grooming them, not only with the instruments and the financial position, but also the business knowledge that we're gaining out here. And we need to start transferring that, because we need to transfer two things, Jacqueline. We have to transfer the knowledge, and we also have to transfer the money. I would rather for us to transfer just the knowledge and not the money, or the money and without the knowledge, because our child's gonna be on dope, spend all the money in a Gucci store, or be irresponsible because we never taught them how to budget, how to save, how to reinvest. So we also have to attain this knowledge so we can now take it back to our families and allow them to duplicate it in their households.
Yes. We got a long way to go. A long way. And that's why it's so important. That's why we're doing this today. We're doing this live so that we can let people know about generational wealth. Because a lot of people's like, well, what's that? You know, I was posting different things so they can see what generational wealth is. But they have a lot of questions. A lot of times they don't want to ask them. You know, they want to privately ask you. So what's a way for them to reach out to you? One, so if they don't want to ask here, they can contact you privately, because you not only just do generational wealth, you do accounting, you do QuickBook learning, you know, because
I would like to
talk about bookkeeping all day long too, you know, because
all day.
If the book's not right, then
you know what, Jack, I'm just tapping that before we go. If your book's not right, y'all, we are not gonna be able to pay taxes like Trump. We gotta have our little stuff in order, y'all.
Yes.
So look, people, what we don't deduct is the dollar that we got to pay in taxes. So if you don't have your paperwork in order and your bookkeeping and stuff, that stops me from really maximizing your tax deductions right off the bat. So if most businesses think that they can skip that, I can run my business from my bank statement. Nope, the IRS is going to throw all that stuff out. 3 years ago, they changed the requirements for evidence. Okay, so nope, they want your invoices, they want all of the record keeping that many small businesses are not keeping up with. So really, truly, we have to grasp every part of finance and accounting to really catapult and build generational wealth.
It's a lot. Accounting is a lot, because I remember my first year in business and I had to owe $10,000 because I put it all into the accountant. He handled, that's what he do. But I've learned that you can't just hand it off to your accountant. You got to know some stuff too. And the reason why I owed that $10,000 because I didn't have all my stuff down. And he didn't tell me, make sure you have this, this, and this. He just took the paperwork and said, oh, you owe $10,000. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I've learned after that, stay on top of the accountant, me learning myself, you know, a lot of the lingo, or, you know, because at first I didn't know what a profit and loss was. I paid him $400 because I did profit and loss when I was buying my building. If I know how easy it was to do a profit and loss, I kick myself now, but he charged me $400 to do a profit and loss, where I could have just went in my QuickBooks if I had QuickBooks at the time and just pushed the button and all of that would have been done. But you know, you live and learn. So I don't just rely, you got to know that stuff yourself too. So, you know,
exactly. I gotta break that down. So there's two roles with your accountant. There's your tax preparer, the person that just prepare your tax at the end of the year. And there's your accountant that you have on retainer throughout the year that does your bookkeeping and provide you with guidance. Most of us, our skin, get that confused and expect the tax person to give them advice about running their business when you needed your own accountant to advise you, to prepare you, to give you your books to the tax preparer. We got it backwards. We got it backwards.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Makes a difference.
That
Now,
was good.
I learned the hard way, but now I know. I know now.
Yes.
So, tell me another thing. Now, when I was doing my daughter's going in to file her business, it said tax ID and then EIN. Are they one and the same?
Yeah, they're one and the same. What's really different is that most people apply for a employer identification number when they're trying to start payroll, have employees. It's really, really no difference. A tax ID number is, anybody can get a tax ID number. We can get one under our own name. You know, it's just like the social security number that's separate, but it's really no different. I haven't seen, no, it's no different.
There's no
We use them
difference.
interchangeably. We use them, you know, some people say, let me have your tax ID. Some people say, let me have your EIN.
Okay. So it's no different. So if I put an EIN, then it's no problem.
Yeah.
So say tax ID is still the same. Okay, cool. Now, can you talk about, or do you want to talk about the difference between an LLC and a corp or LLC and sole proprietor? Like, what's the main difference, or what's the benefits of having an LLC?
Okay, so that's a really, really good question. So right off the bat, most individuals want to take the cheapest, most inexpensive way to start their businesses. So they don't want to get the LLC. They're thinking it's a lot of paperwork and it's challenging and all that stuff. And yes, it has its layers of responsibilities, but I personally don't really recommend anyone to operate as a sole proprietor, because the sole proprietor says that everybody that's watching us tonight, you guys are 100% liable for everything that happens in and out of this business. So we're trying to build generational wealth here. I need you to protect your wealth from the business, okay? So first things first, I don't recommend anyone, and other accountants would say whatever they say, but I've seen hand, foot, lawsuit. Let me give y'all a real story. One of the buildings my client had, sole proprietor. Oh, I have, she said, I have $2 million aggregate insurance policy. I told her, I said, I don't agree. And I take all my notes for my clients. You're not going to play me and say I didn't advise you, right? Come to find out, y'all, guess what? A motorcyclist rolled past and got in a daggone accident at the stop sign and sued her building because the tree wasn't cut and they blocked the stop sign. So he didn't see the stop sign and sued her for $5 million.
Wow.
And guess what? Yes, the insurance company covered the $2 million. Then the state sued her, and she also had to sell that building to cover the lawsuit. And in addition to that, she has a $250,000 debt that she's still paying on simply because she refused to register her business as an LLC.
Wow.
So
this client of mine for years, she's still with me till this day, and she is hurt by it. Thank goodness she was a little wealthy, but outside of that, it still hit her hard.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You talk about $500,000 snatched out of your bank account, and you have to sell properties to cover it.
Wow.
And you still owe money just because you didn't pay $300 to get an LLC.
Now, when you start your LLC, does it start that month or it starts the beginning of the year? I mean, what I'm trying to say, like, I think in my state, Delaware, I believe if I was to start an LLC right now on November the 18th, then I would have to, my thing stops at December and I would have to pay taxes for this year.
Yes. So what happens is there are two ways we can do things. There's your fiscal year and there's your calendar year. So calendar is January to December, and fiscal year can be June 1st to July 1st, or September to whatever, September or whatever, right? That can be a fiscal year. But what we end up doing when you guys go and register your businesses in the middle of the year, right? We end up reporting a short year. So you will still report for the full year, but it will only be respective for the data that you were operating. So if you started your business in February, that means you may not have had activity in terms of income and stuff in January. So yes, we will account for everything, but it will still fall under that calendar year, but it just will amount for that period that you were open, basically.
So what I'm trying to figure out, like now, for thinking about my daughter, is November, December. Well, they will charge her that $300 for that 1 month. That's why I was like, I'm not going to do it and wait until January.
Yes.
She's gonna,
And depending on her structure of her business, she still will have to file a tax return as well.
yeah, so that's why I was like, I'll just wait for January. Okay, good job. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Some very, very good information, and I think that you went a lot more in depth than any other tax accountant has had, and you simplified it so that we can understand, because most tax accountants, they talk all the way around you and you sitting there looking like, what? So today I feel like you really broke a lot of things down. I'm pretty sure you can break a lot more things down once we get to the actual event. So, I appreciate you, Folasade, on tonight for giving us your information and your feedback on certain situations. Like that was you really hit a lot of points tonight. So I appreciate it.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So we excited. I'm sure Folasade is excited coming up here. November the 29th, we are having our entrepreneurs chat or our entrepreneurs business brunch. We have unlimited mimosas, okay, for our VIP guests. We're going to have some nice food, drinks, and information. It's not about the food and drinks, but the information that you're going to receive at this event is going to catapult your business to the next level. Because we're at the end of the year. Again, we went through some crazy stuff this year. And because of that, there's so many things that we have to put in place now to prevent what happened to our businesses back in March. Melissa was on earlier talking about being ready and prepared for just in case we get another close down. Last time we was really surprised and was not prepared. We should be prepared for the next close down if it happens. Our businesses should be prepared. We should be having everything in order. And that's what I want for this, for the seminar to take place, is just have us prepared for whatever comes again, and just, so we can have things in order so that we don't have to be fearful of losing our business, one. And we can sit back and relax because we already got some things happening online already. We already prepared ourselves. We have some retail that we're selling online that we don't have to do nothing about. We have some courses online that we don't have to do anything about. We can sit back and relax and not be, scatterbrained because of what's happening outside. So that's what this whole seminar is about. It's just preparing ourselves and putting us in focus and, letting us be established for whatever we need for the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I add on something, Jacqueline. I always used to say your accounting sets you up and prepare you for those unforeseen circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that had their ish in order this year with their paperwork and their accounting and stuff ended up getting the funding and getting the loans during this unforeseen circumstance, which is this pandemic.
Right.
And the one thing we have to now ask ourselves, are we going to be prepared for the next go round, just like Jacqueline said? And I'm a firm believer of what we don't anticipate can honestly break us. And as business owners and CEOs, guys, of our families and of our lives, we have to have these conversations. Yeah. We have to be in the building with the right people to be around it. And just, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm around successful people and people that's hustlers, it rub off on me. I'm like excited and, ready to hit the pavement and stuff. So not only, where they're going to get the knowledge and stuff, Jacqueline, they're going to get that energy. And you can, if you rub off and you go hustle and execute on what you guys take from the seminar, you should be fine going into this 2021. Now, if you don't execute, that's not on us now, but if you execute and vibe on our energy and soak it up, because just being around us can change your life and make you think bigger, than where you guys are. So let's do that. Let's get in the room. Let's dream together, because honestly, that's what we're doing. We dreaming together. Like, you know, you got your dream one, Jacqueline got her dream, I got mine. But in all actuality, they connect in some form of similar in some way, somehow, but a little different. You might want more money than me, or more family, or more kids, but outside of that, it's, you know, aligned somewhat around money and success and happiness. So,
Okay, let's see if we have something. It's always best during the calendar year. Okay, will it be virtual? They still asking us, is the seminar going to be virtual? Right now, no, it's in person. So hopefully, Valencia, you can come down. You're in Maryland, so is Folasade. She's in Maryland as well. So you know you can make that ride down, 2-hour ride, and come see us at this event. Juan, can you plug in the website for tickets? I forgot. Or
Let me see if I can do it from.
so again, Folasade, where can they reach you?
yeah, you guys can find me on all things social media. Folasade, the accountant, Folasade, the accountant, on all social media platforms. You can also go to accountingwithfolasade.com and join our mailing list, and you know, go to my blog, because I'm giving out a lot of tips right now, especially around year end, and why you guys should start businesses now and really get things going. We trying to live the life, y'all. No more brokenness going, you know. We trying to live it.
What's your blog? Because I get that information.
Yeah.
I get your daily newsletter, so that's really good.
So I don't even know the link. I need to get a link for Folasade blog. I'm gonna tell my team create a link to say Folasade blog. But you just go to accountingwithfolasade.com, and it should be one of the links right on the top page that says blog.
Okay. Yeah, she gives some daily tips every day or every other day, you know, that will help your business grow. You know, she also talked about if you're not doing QuickBooks or any other accounting system, and because I still be playing with it, but she gives a whole lesson on QuickBooks, really breaking it down. So when they ask you for information, all you got to do is push a button and you keep on moving. So, you know, I love that about her, that she has these classes helping you with your bookkeeping, helping you understand generational wealth, helping you understand accounting. She's just all around wealth of knowledge. So that's what I love. Again, like she said, keep yourself around people that's doing stuff. It rubs off, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put myself at the table with all the other ones, because you can't, if you don't, let's say, if you're the smartest person in your group, you need to get a new group, okay? You want to be absorbing information from everybody around you. And if everybody is absorbing all of your information, what are you getting? So that's why it's important to come to this event on November the 29th. It's a Sunday from 12 to 4. It's a brunch. It's an intimate event. So we will be practicing social distancing, as well as sanitization, as well as taking temperatures. So we can all stay nice and healthy and go home and practice all the information that we receive. So don't worry about, not saying don't worry, but we are taking all precautions to keep everyone safe during this time as well. So, you know, I'm looking forward to the event. Juan is looking forward to everybody. You're going to enjoy everybody that's on the panel, all the featured guests that's coming. They have a wealth of knowledge for you that you're going to be blown away, and you're going to say, thank God I came to this event, because it's going to be so much good information. So, you know, and I've worked with almost every last one of them that's on this panel as well. So I can say they have definitely helped me with my business, and I'm sure they're going to help you with yours as well. So, Juan, you have anything else to say?
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Folasade.
Thank you for having me on. And you know, we got some mutual friends that I've been knowing since I started out here. Yes.
Really?
Yes, you'll see. Yes, you'll see. And they was knowing me when I was in like diapers. Well, no, when I first started out in the game.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm very excited to meet you, as well as all the other panelists on the bill. I can't wait till the event happens, and you know, this whole COVID situation, you know, because I like to call myself I'm the social butterfly of the beauty industry. So I'm like the person that kind of can connect other people to other people. So I like to meet people, not just of the beauty industry, but people that can help other people in the beauty industry. So like such as yourself and Tony and
Tiana.
Tiana, got all, like I just feel like you three women together,
Mhm.
if people can just take all of that information from all three of you people, all three of you ladies, like it's nothing that they would not be able to conquer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're coming out to this event, well, no, I'm not going to say if. When you come out to this event, you should expect to get all of the knowledge, ask all of the questions, and that's another thing that we don't do. We don't ask enough questions. If there is no such thing as a stupid question unless it's the question that you did not ask. So we encourage everybody, if you want to write down your questions and have them. If you got 20 questions, make sure you ask all 20 of them. Because somebody in the room might still have the same question as you and is just afraid. So, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited to meet everybody. I'm excited to eat this food. Like I am just excited. So, and just to see people, you know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since I've seen people, even though we got to wear masks and all that different kind of stuff, and we got to stay 6 feet apart, and we probably can't hug, and you know, we'll fist pump and all that. But you know, it's just gonna be exciting to finally see some people. So,
Yeah. So, with that being said, it is 7:57. Go on and get your tickets. We have, I think, 15 tickets left.
yeah, I posted the link in the thread.
Yes.
So they can just click right on the link if you want to purchase a ticket.
We have,
Now we did say, Jackie, not to cut you off, we did say that once the 15 tickets are sold, that we will do it live. We will live stream it.
yes.
So once the 15 tickets are sold, the event's going to be closed in person, and then we will start to live stream it.
Yes. So we have 2 weeks to do that. So hopefully go on. Don't wait till the last minute. Get your tickets now. Get your tickets now. We have VIP, which is $159, and then we have general admission, which is $99. General admission includes your brunch as well as your information that you receive. VIP, you get the brunch, unlimited mimosas, as well as additional information from each presenter that is going to be at the event, like ebooks and guides and all this additional information that you will receive. So if you want to be VIP, I'm always VIP when I go to events. So I have to be. I want to be up front and center. You have your up in front and center seat, as well as your unlimited mimosas and food and your goodie bag. General admission, you get your brunch and your information. So you choose which one you want, okay? So next week, you know, we thought we'll have everybody that's going to be at the event come on live and give a little bit of information of what they're going to be talking about. So next week we have the branding specialist, Tiana Von Johnson. She's going to be coming on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. So if you enjoyed this information, please join us next week, 7 o'clock, with Tiana Von Johnson. And she's going to be talking about branding, how to get yourself out there if you're not, you know, on social media as much, you know, how to brand yourself and how to make money off of that as well. So she's going to be talking about that next week. And what's good about it is everybody that has been talking or are a panelist and as well as a featured speaker all have worked with Tiana Von Johnson. So that should give you something right there, you know. The speakers that has already spoken. Now they're out talking, doing live events. They're making money off of just speaking alone. So that should tell you about what Tiana Von Johnson does with her people with the branding as well. So I just wanted to plug that in there. Hopefully we'll see you next week, as well as see you at the event. Folasade, it was a pleasure.
Oh, thank you.
Wealth of information. It was a pleasure. So hopefully, you know, if they want to learn more information, they get in contact with you. If they have any additional information after this, you can speak with Juan or myself if you want more information about the event. But the link that he provided should give you all the information that you need for the event. But if you need more information, we will happily.
Yeah, feel free to reach out at any moment.
Yep. So hopefully we sell out and then we can do it live stream, you know, and go from there as well.
Yep.
So any last moment questions or answers? Folasade, you want to close us out? Whatever your information that you have.
No, I just want to tell the people that we just talked about, to really build generational wealth, y'all, we have to reinvest into ourselves. It's the proven, if you look at any millionaire's tax return, if they trying to do that, they wipe everything out. This seminar allows you that opportunity to do twofold. What we talked about is, one, reduce your taxable income because you've invested into the program, the seminar, but then get the knowledge to double and make more money. So we winning, Jacqueline. We winning, Juan.
Yes.
By them coming, they will be able to start moving forward to building generational wealth.
All right, now, so we're going to close it out with that, right? Juan, you have anything else?
I'm good. The spirit that moved through me.
All right. I mean, that was such good information. Now, hopefully, just starting today, thinking about all the information that Folasade has said to you, start putting that in motion today. Don't wait. Put it in motion today, because so much can happen within the next 2 weeks. So let's start it today. Start your planning, start your information, get your information rolling today. So with that being said, thank you so much, Folasade. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Jackie. This was a pleasure. I love just talking about information to get people to the next level. So I'm going to leave it at that. So, but again, hopefully we'll see you guys on November the 29th, Sunday, 12 to 4 for our Entrepreneurs Business Brunch. We're going to have a wealth of information for you, okay? So we'll see you then. Good night.
Thank you. See ya.
Good night. Thank you again, Folasade. Stop live stream.